All right, so we're here post lesson. I know this was your first lesson, so I really didn't want to throw too much at you, because the more I throw at you, you may get confused. So I wanted to keep it simple, keep it to one, two, or three things, something below three, skills or movements that we wanted to work on. So we worked on getting your hands a little bit higher. We opened your stance a little bit. We kind of played around with the opening and then closing the face a little bit to kind of show you what bounce is. Bounce is very a key thing in chipping. So after your first lesson, how do you feel like it went? Is there any questions that you have? How do you feel like it went?
I felt like it went well. It definitely was a lot easier to pick up on some of these things than it was with the full swing lesson. It was just, I don't know why, it was just easier that way. But you lifting my hands up definitely helped with the contact, and then opening the face or opening my stance helped a lot too. I still think I can use a lot of work with the distance control, but that's going to be practice on my end. But the ball contact was a lot better after I opened my stance and used the bounce.
And so for your knowledge, whenever you raised your hands a little bit, it tends to glide across, because when you get your hands low, the heel of the club tends to get stuck in the ground. So if you ever hit any chunky ones because your hands were low, the heel of the club grabs a little bit easier. So when you lift your hands and open the face, the bounce is really exposed, so it allows it to slide through, so your mishits aren't as bad. You can clip it a little bit easier, which is going to help with your distance control as well.
Yeah, and we talked about it too. I told you that, like, one of my misses is like I told you the grass will grab the ball, and I guess that was the correlation with it being down. So lift it up.
Exactly.
Like I didn't have any misses in that session right there.
So kind of what I would do, practice-wise, we went around the green, just hitting a bunch of different shots. Try to get you like 10 or so balls and find different spots around the green. Try not to do necessarily block practice, which is standing in one spot, hitting the same shot over and over.
Okay.
So kind of after this lesson, when you go practice, if you have some time, work around the green, hit different shots, because no shot is going to be the same with a chip shot, right?
Okay.
Everything's a little bit different, so try to mess around with that, and you can even mess around with opening and closing the face, using the bounce, feeling the difference. But that's what I would do for practice. Do you have any questions for me about the lesson or anything I need to clarify?
No, sir. I thought it went really well.
All right, yep. And we'll be back next week for our next lesson, which will be another short game lesson, so that'll be really good. Short game's an easy way to lower your score, so looking forward to see your progress.